What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Purple Milk Podcast, episode 1. Today we have a banner bandit, Mark After Dark.
Purple Milk Podcast, it's the Purple Milk Podcast. Purple Milk Podcast, it's the Purple Milk Podcast.
After Dark, how you doing, man? Welcome to the Purple Milk Podcast. Doing
Thanks.
pretty good, man?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. You're the first guest, so I'm pretty excited about this. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Banner bandit. What does
Yeah.
this mean?
I guess I make banners for a company. I don't know if I can say their name, so I won't. I make banners. I've made banners for the last 3 years there, and I enjoy it. Enjoy the people. Most importantly, I enjoy the people.
Okay. What kind of banners are you guys making?
Everything from for businesses to the government to schools, school teams, stuff like that.
Nice. Okay, cool. What would you say is the best part about that job?
There's everybody. Yeah, it's people. Definitely people. It's about the camaraderie. Busy season. I equate it to once you go through a busy season, you're in the brotherhood. You're kind of in the cult.
Okay. The money pit?
The money pit. As you once told me, welcome to the money pit. And there were two things you told me that was going to happen. I was going to make a lot of money, and I was going to lose a lot of weight. And I've lost a lot of weight.
Looking good.
But
those hours can get pretty crazy. there.
yes, yeah. I tell people it's like working for the mob. I love the money, but I hate doing what I have to do for the money.
Right.
So
Well, how many hours are you working over there?
right now, I'm not just typical 40. But when it gets busy, I think the most I've ever worked was about around 70.
Yeah, 70 hours, man. It kills you, huh?
Yeah, it does. And then if you're married, your wife is usually come back home. When you coming home? When you coming home? I'm never seeing you. So
Right. And I heard you got a kid now.
yeah,
How old is he?
19 months. He was born. I can't do the math, but he was born. I gotta think. I'm bad. He was born in 2023, February 13th. Not February, July 13th. I'm a little slow. Sorry.
You're good, man. It's an early morning on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, what's your son's name, man?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Michael Albert.
Okay, I like it. Jacob's a biblical name.
Yep.
I like that, man. What would you say, like, your best times with your son right now? Your best memory with your son, actually, so far?
I got a few of them. So I think the first time I really connected with him, he was just an infant. And I was holding him and he was crying. And I remember there was a moment there was a moment of translation. We didn't have any words, but he needed something. And I was able to kind of like read between the lines. And at that moment, I'm holding him and I started sobbing. And just because I knew there was that connection. Anytime I can get a connection, it's really a great one. I was struggling. It was a rough time in my life. Recently, a little under a year, I stopped drinking. And
Nice, congratulations.
thanks. And so what ended up happening was I have a stepdaughter who's 13, and I could hear her talk to my son, and she was saying to him, "You're gonna grow up in a happy household." And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, God, is that really gonna be true? Is that really gonna be true? And I found myself just completely breaking down and crying, and it wasn't crying because I was sad. It was crying because that was truth. But it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's truth to the point of, hey, I got to do the things to make sure that happens.
Right.
Make sure he's in a loving environment. Always consoling him when I see it, but also kind of also bringing him upright. So
Yeah, no, that's a big thing, man. Quitting drinking gives you more time for him.
yeah,
More focus on him. I actually went through like the same thing where I just broke down at church and started to cry because the preacher was telling us, what could happen in your life if you give it all up to God. And, I was kind of dependent on weed every single day, every single moment. And, I gave up the weed and the cigarettes and the porn. And, man, it feels a lot better, man.
I bet. I wish I learned a little easier than that. I punched a fridge and broke my hand. So
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah, time to quit. So
Well, I'm happy you did, man.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, next up, we got our childhood stories segment.
Childhood stories. Childhood stories.
Mark, after dark, can you give us a childhood story?
Oh no. Off the cuff,
Yep,
I'm gonna try to think of a fun one.
I know you got something up there.
Yeah. You know those 80s exercise
Trampolines?
trampolines? Yeah.
Yep.
So one of our favorite stories was me and my brother Nathan got that thing under a window. My parents' house is a tri-level house. So we got him up at the highest window, got him hanging out the window. And we got that trampoline set up, and we're telling him, come on, jump off. You'll land on the trampoline, and you'll go back up into the window. And my mom, luckily, comes walking out, catches him, and goes, what are you doing? Get back in the house.
Dang. What was it, on the second floor or something?
Yeah, we almost got him to do it.
Dang, that could have turned out really bad, man. But
Yeah, we were
story.
wild children. My brother Nathan, I don't know what was up with him. Here's another one. So when we could drive, we had some crazy stories. So when we could drive, this isn't crazy, but he would roll down all the windows. We'd go for a drive. It'd be as cold as it is outside right now. And I don't know why, but we would do that. And then every once in a while, he had allergies, seasonal allergies.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd look over and sneeze on me. He'd sneeze on my brother Jeremy. And my brother Jeremy would flip out. And, he would be so mad. There's so many things we did.
The jumping out of the window story kind of reminds me of something me and my dad did, where we tied, or I don't know if we duct taped it, I can't remember, but cardboard to my arms
Yeah.
so I could jump off the roof of
No.
the garage. And it gave me a little glide, man.
It did?
Yeah, because my body was so like agile, I could jump off the roof no problem, land on my feet,
Right.
So I jumped off there and had a little glide with these cardboard wings.
Yeah.
Something that he called it a monkey man. This a monkey man.
Yeah.
Little thing we were doing.
Yeah. I'd climb trees. Love climbing trees. We had a big old pine. And I just remember just climbing as high as I could. And then it got to a place where the branches weren't sturdy enough to hold me.
That happened right down the street. One of my friends used to live there when we were little, and there was like 3 or 4 of us. We climbed all the way to the top, and then one of the branches broke on one of the kids, and he fell all the way down.
No.
He was like crunching through all the branches, hit the bottom, and I just remember him like laying on the couch after, with some ice. But that was very.
He got
hard,
away
man.
with lucky. He got away
If he
lucky.
wasn't a little kid, he would have been.
Oh
very hurt,
man, he would have been banged up bad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, next up, we're gonna go to a news article segment. Read all about it. News article.
It's the news. Read all about it. It's the news. It's the news. Read all about it. It's the news.
Heard about this Trump taking over the Gaza Strip?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, man? That's pretty crazy.
This
He
is-
said President Trump on Friday asserted that Gaza will be given to the U.S. by Israel, expanding on his plan for an American takeover of the war-torn region that he suggests involves the permanent relocation of Palestinians.
Oh.
I think this is going to be pretty crazy, man. This is I think it's setting us up for the end times, man.
I do too. But I also kind of go, will it happen?
I think things are playing out majorly for these end times. It's not just this. There's a lot of things that are coming to fruition, especially with this one world currency.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but like all the countries around the world, they're creating a central bank digital currency.
I believe it. Well, I think of the World Economic Forum
Yeah.
and all those people, and they're scaring me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, those are the guys
30,
that are running the world, man.
2030, they're claiming that nobody will own anything. You won't have to work, and you'll be happy. So
be
it's
happy,
like,
Yeah, they want to keep everybody like high and drunk and playing video games and just not having a connection with God or knowing what's going on. They just want everybody to be sedated, man.
yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Okay, and for our next segment, it is Let's Try a Mexican Drink.
It's time for a Mexican drink. Shout out to all of the Mexican of the world.
I on a road cup, I let's not for and then I show and do a broad cup. Touches and covered by us thing her tears. Missy had show it's underdone and up. So
Boom. Okay, we're back with the Mexican drink. Today we are going to try this Sidral Mundet. It is a apple flavored soda. So let's crack it open. Mark After Dark. I hope you like this, man. Should be pretty good.
I
Let
hope
me
so.
pour up a little bit into our Dog Sips drink cup. Yes, sir. Get a little picture of that. Dog Sips drink. Boom. And I will pour you up, sir. Boom. And we'll try it on the count of 3. Okay, cheers, my boy. To
Cheers.
the Mexican drink. Shout out to all the Mexicans of the world. I love ya.
I was. There it is. Okay.
I'm liking this one.
Like wine tasting.
Okay, so
It ain't bad.
what we gotta do for the people is we gotta give it a 1 out of 100 score. What are we?
Why
feeling?
100?
I don't know. 10. Everybody does 10. Let's go for 100 this time.
Oh, I'm just gonna start off by saying I used to be a Mountain Dew drinker.
Okay.
Too sugary, even when they do the cane sugar. So tasting this is more of my. This is more like it reminds me of a ginger ale.
Yeah, it kind of does now. I'm tasting it.
Yep. And I like that flavor because it's not too sweet. It's just right.
Yeah, definitely Yeah, definitely not too sweet.
It
This
probably
is-
doesn't have all the nice processed chemicals in there.
Yeah, I know Mexico, they be using the cane sugar. They don't use corn syrup. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would give it a. Let me think, man. One more sip. Let me think.
I would drink it.
I'm giving this a 83.
If I find it in the if I ever found it in the store, I'd buy it. So I'd give it around a 90.
A 90, okay, big score. Mark After Dark with the 90 for the Sidral Moondet.
Yep. How many? I mean, the sugar can't be that bad in it.
No. And you can actually get this at Las Tortugas, 21 Mile and Van Dyke if you guys are here in Shelby Township, Michigan. Got it for about $1.75. Great deal.
And the glass bottle, that reminds me, like in the 80s.
Yeah,
Because
glass
I
bottles are
remember when
nice.
everything used to come in a glass bottle, and then you would have the cork thing that would go over it, so you can drink half the bottle, cork it, put it in the fridge, come back, and you'd still have that fizz.
Yeah, that's very nice. I remember one time me and my dad, we were like in the Clinton River, and I don't know, for some reason I saw something sticking up out of the out of the bank right there in the river, and I went over there and I was uncovering it, and it was literally a box of club soda, a wooden box of club sodas all in there. So me and my dad like dug it out, and I remember we put it in his trunk, and we were drinking club sodas like all summer.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Yeah, and they were real cold because they were, in the river. It was weird.
What did you ever find?
Huh?
Like, have you ever found anything? Because that reminds me of stuff too. Because there was one time, there were a couple of times. There was one time that I was walking. So my brother needed a bus ticket back to Ferris State University. I had to drive him all the way to Flint. I found a $50 bill, and I was able to pay for his bus ticket with that 50. It was awesome.
Nice. Is that the only time you found some money?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't money this time. Well, I had a couple of times. Now the other time was I was in Florida. I picked these people up, and they were going through hard times. So when I pulled into the spot, they walked up to the car and they found $200.
Wow.
The woman had picked up $200, opened the door, and said, "Did you leave this here?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Somebody's looking out for me." And there was $200. They got in and they were able to get a room. They needed a room. They were going
sad.
through some hard times. So
Yeah, God can provide like that right out of the blue. You think that, nothing could, happen for you.
yeah.
But God is a provider. It says He provides for everybody, even the sparrows out here.
Yeah.
That's a good story, man. I found a couple. I found a $100 bill before. I think it was at like Hall Road in Shaner, by the AT&T. It was like in a bush, like on the ground in
Yeah.
a bush. Wind blew it up onto there. It was pretty cool though.
It's awesome.
All right, for our next segment, we got the bag check.
It's the cryptocurrency bag check. Check. It's the cryptocurrency bag check. Check.
Boom, cryptocurrency bag check. If you guys don't know, I am into crypto very much so. It's been about 5 years. As you can see all around us, we got my own cryptocurrency, Dog Sips Drank. You guys can buy that. It's built on Solana. But for the bag check, we are going to check up on Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing right now? 95,765. You know anything about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency?
Not much, no.
All right, let me just give you a little breakdown about Bitcoin. The reason why Bitcoin costs so much, $95,000 a coin, is because there's only ever going to be 21 million coins. And right now, 19 million of those coins are already out in circulation.
Oh, wow.
So they say that it's actually more precious than gold because more gold can be mined. You know,
Right.
throughout the world. They can keep searching for it and digging up more and more gold. But with this cryptocurrency, this Bitcoin specifically, only ever 21 million. And now they actually have the ETF from BlackRock. You know what an ETF is?
Tell me.
Okay, so an ETF is actually an exchange traded fund, which is a product that they have on like your regular investment platforms like Vanguard, Fidelity, you know, BlackRock, all these platforms where the older generation is investing their money in the stock market.
Right.
Now they're actually offering Bitcoin as well, so the people don't have to, you know, have their own cold storage wallet or have a different platform like Coinbase to buy this. They'll just be able to do it right on
Nice.
their regular investment platform.
So I have a regular investment. I have regular Roth IRA, 401k,
Yeah.
and then I started one at work. But so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm starting to get into, if she's starting to move my money towards that too.
Yeah, and so you know about, have you ever heard of mining Bitcoin?
No.
Okay, mining Bitcoin, basically there's computers all around the world that are contributing to validating the transactions on the blockchain. So basically I could use my computer right here and it's going to run a program that is going to do very difficult math problems. These math problems are what's needed to validate the transactions. So everybody's working to complete a block, and it's a decentralized, you know, system. So it can't be hacked, you know, like say there was just one server, and if that server got hacked, all the Bitcoin would be hacked, you know what I mean? But this way it's just throughout, everybody can do it. You, me, anybody, we can all start mining it and, you know, contributing. It's spread around the world.
Wow.
And so when you do this, they pay you back in Bitcoin for validating the transaction. You get Bitcoin for that. And so the amount of Bitcoin that can be mined every 4 years gets cut in half.
Wow.
And so just like about a year ago, there was 900 Bitcoin coming into the circulation every day. It got cut in half down to 450.
Wow.
And so now here at the next Bitcoin halving, there's only going to be 225 coins coming out every day.
Wow.
So this is a supply shock, which makes the price go way up.
Go up.
So if you guys are watching this in the future, maybe 10 years down the road, Bitcoin's probably at $1 million by now. Okay. Now it's time for our next segment. Let's try a Mexican snack.
Let's try a Mexican snack. Is that Mexican snack whack? Let's try a Mexican snack. Is that Mexican snack whack? Let's try a Mexican snack. Is that Mexican snack whack? Let's try
Today for our Mexican snack, we got Submarinos strawberry cream-filled snack cakes. I mean, I never had them before, never heard of this. It's by company Marinella. So let's try it out. Let's bust it open. You like strawberry stuff?
I'll eat it.
We're gonna try it either way.
It's like a Twinkie.
Yeah, look at this. It's like a Twinkie.
They even give it an extra package.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet though.
A package within a package.
I'm liking this.
That is awesome.
Here you go.
It won't get smashed. Unless somebody puts it on the ground and stomps it with their foot.
All right, let's bust open our Submarinos. It says this unit not labeled for retail sale. Yeah, it's just like a Twinkie. All right, we gotta rate this 1 through 100.
This is gonna be amazing. I'm just gonna be honest. I've never eaten a bad Twinkie. Or
It's just like a Twinkie, but
yeah.
a little bit more drier on the inside, though. I'm definitely
Nope.
a little dry. It's good though. I'm liking it. As you can see, it's got the pink strawberry inside, baby.
Nice.
Coming from Mexico, shout out to all the Mexicans. My favorite food is Mexican food. How about you?
I like food in general.
You said what?
Hold on. Don't talk with your
Got a
mouth
mouthful.
full.
Got a mouthful of Submarinos.
I said I like food in general. I like food. Like all sorts of food.
I'm a spicy guy.
I like spice.
I need some spice in my life. Let me wash it down with this Mundet.
Yeah.
Well, Banner Bandit, Mark After Dark. What are we giving this? 1 through 100 Submarinos from Mexico. How we feeling with it?
I would eat it. So I give it about I'd give it a 70.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. You can just throw that on the ground. Clean it up after.
bad.
Nah, it's all good.
Feel bad.
Okay, so Mark After Dark is giving it a 70. I'm gonna have to go, about a 72. I'm gonna give it a 68. It's not really my flavor. I got it for the show. It looked pretty nice. Strawberry. Artificial strawberry, so I'm definitely tasting some artificialness, but
I definitely would have to have a taste for it.
yeah, you'd have to be in the mood for some sweets for that. For
Yeah, that one. But again, going back to it, it's not super, super sweet. So
I'd say give it a try, guys. Submarinos. You can get it actually up here at, what is this called? Senoritas at 22 Mile in Van Dyke. They got a little market in there. If you're ever in Shelby Township, stop by. Okay, for our next segment, we're going to go with Random Facts.
Random facts, facts that are random. Random facts, facts that are random. Random facts, facts that are random.
Okay, for the Random Facts, we're going to come over here to Google and let's see a random weird fact. Okay, here is some random facts. Dolphins have names. Dolphins use distinctive whistles to identify each other.
makes sense.
You know that? Okay. Honey never spoils. Did you know this? If you store honey correctly, honey can last indefinitely. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but I do remember them opening up some sarcophagi in Egypt, and it still had honey in there that was good. You ever heard of that? Let's see. 10 weird facts. Okay. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. Did you know that?
No.
I never knew that. Banana is a berry. Wow. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. What? Does that make sense? A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus.
How do they figure that out?
I don't know. It's
Does
a
it-
random
I
fact,
don't
brother.
even think that
You
it has
just
a,
gotta
does it
accept
have a
that.
sun? How do you?
Okay.
It's got to be how fast the planet's rotating.
Did you know that there's a jellyfish that can live forever?
No.
Hey, man, I don't even know how you would tell how old that jellyfish is. It's just clear. Okay, and then for the last random fact of the day, how many hearts do you think an octopus has?
Oh no. Let's say 3.
Dude, you're right on point. Octopuses have 3 hearts, guys. So maybe you learned a little something today. I think that the bananas are berries.
That one.
Venus is a day on Venus is longer than
Yeah,
a
that
year on
one.
Venus.
That one's pretty amazing.
Those are pretty crazy. Okay. And for our next segment, we are going to ask AI a question.
Oh no.
Ask AI a question. Let's question things artificially.
For this segment, we are going to use ChatGPT. Let me just log in here right now. Okay, have you ever used ChatGPT?
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't used it either.
I'm kind of a caveman, so AI is like I don't really do social media and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't even have a Facebook. My wife has the Facebook. She posts all the posts or pictures and everything. So computers and that. It's like, oof.
All right. Well, we're gonna use it for the first time, guys. I think I'm gonna ask AI, how do you make a woman fall in love with you? You know, because I want to know what the AI is thinking. How do you make a woman fall in love with you? All right, so we got it. ChatGPT is giving us a bunch of answers, as you can see. As you can see, I said, how do you make a woman fall in love with you? Now let's see what the AI says. Making a woman fall in love with you isn't about tricks or manipulation.
Darn.
It's about genuine connection, respect, and emotional bonding. Here are some key principles to help build a deep, meaningful relationship. Okay, you ready for this? Be confident, not arrogant. Confidence is attractive, but arrogance is a turnoff. Believe in yourself, but remain humble. Definitely got to remain humble, guys. That's actually something that has to do with God too. So I'm actually working on that myself. Number 2, show genuine interest. Listen attentively to her thoughts, dreams, and feelings. Ask meaningful questions and remember the little details.
Yeah, that's big. And half of the time, my wife is happy because I just remember what she tells me to do, you know.
Yeah.
And listening is huge. It's huge.
Yeah, you don't want her to keep, having
Yeah.
a nag on you to do something.
Right.
Definitely. Okay, number 3 is have a purpose in life. Passion and ambition are attractive. Whether it's career goals, hobbies, or personal growth, show that you have direction in your life. Which I think you're doing, man. You gave up drinking. You're showing her, that you wanna be a family. You wanna be there for your child, and that's very important. a lot of kids are growing up out here with no dads, you know.
Yeah.
So I respect you for that big time, man.
I gotta stick around. Gotta stick around.
That's right, and you're a great worker too, man. Hard working, you know.
I try.
You're not out here going all these different places, you know, telling your wife you're just working late or something. We're working late, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're literally
Yeah.
putting it in, and you're going home.
Yep.
So good job with that, man. All right, for the last one, because it gave us 10, we'll go to number 5. Create emotional safety. Make her feel secure and comfortable sharing her thoughts and emotions. Don't judge or dismiss her feelings.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to shut your girl out, you know. You want to be there for her. And yeah, a lot of it is just letting these women talk, man. They got a lot on their chest. So just being there, you don't have to say too much to them, you know, just let them go.
Yep.
Definitely. Okay, and for our last segment, we are going to the movie review segment.
That movie was good, that movie was bad. Do you know the movie review man?
Okay, Mark After Dark, I'm going to need you to give me your top 5 movies. I know it might take a second to,
Oh man.
you know, think about this, but we got to get through this, man. We got to give these viewers some good movies to watch.
Oh.
Start with your number 5, I think.
Start with my number 5.
What are you thinking, like Free Willy or something?
One of my favorites to watch is Slapshot. You want
Slapshot? That's a hockey movie?
It was a hockey movie. It had Paul Newman in it. It's an old movie, so it's in the like 70s.
Is Paul Newman that guy that makes the dressing, the salad dressing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's in it. And there's a little nudity, there's a little drinking, but other than that, it's just a funny movie. There's a little rough language, but it's a funny movie. I love it.
So we got Slapshot. I feel like I've seen it before.
It's a comedy, yeah. And I mean, you don't really have to follow. It's not too hard to follow. So, you know, there's moments where if you just want noise, you got it, you know. Because I know how some people are. Some people turn on the TV and then they start playing around with the phone and look up, play on the phone, look up, play on the phone, look up.
Yeah.
I find myself doing that sometimes. I'm still following the movie. It's crazy. It's like I'm multitasking.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Sometimes I kind of just leave the phone downstairs so I don't play around with it.
That's the best way, especially
Yeah.
if you're spending time with your wife. You know,
Oh,
get rid
yeah.
of that phone, man.
Yeah. When I go out, take her out to eat, I'll leave the phone in the car on purpose.
Yeah.
Now, she's the one who's on that thing. She likes to play like games like Candy Crush and all that other stuff. I don't know the names. She got me into Township. I was playing in Township for a while.
Never heard of it. What, is this like Sims or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
it
building
makes,
up your
but it
town?
makes you think. So, you know, it's like I got a barn. It's like farmer stuff. I got a barn. I got to make milk for things. I got to plant a harvest. I got to make wool and all sorts of stuff.
You live in your digital life.
I'm living a digital life. I'm a farmer in a digital life. So I get, you know, you have that.
All right. So we're getting a little off topic, but I'm not mad about it.
I'm
We like
glad
the
because
games.
I feel like the last all I've been doing is just sitting here answering
No,
questions.
you're
I hope
doing
I'm not boring.
No, you're doing very good, man.
I feel like I'm boring.
No. So, all right, let's get back to it. We got Slapshot.
Yeah.
We need 4 more movies for our viewers.
You like horror? I mean,
Anything, man. Yeah, mix it up. Give them a little, you know, give them some different categories. Best horror movie. Let's go.
oh man,
I know for me, it's got to be It.
it's good. I like anything Evil Dead. I love the Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. I'm not sure if I.
Now
seen
that's like another cult classic.
Okay.
I'll lend you some of the videos, but basically there's these kids that find this book in this cabin they rent, and what they realize they've done is they open a world of evil into their
portal?
world. Yeah.
Like a Jumanji kind of?
Beyond it's more demonic.
Right.
So they're all getting possessed and becoming the evil undead,
Oh, wow.
and he's having to kill them and dismember them and set them on fire. Good stuff.
Okay. So that's number 2.
Not 4. That was 4.
Oh, number 4. Yeah. Okay, we're going back from 5. So
All right.
Slapshot,
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
I like Last of the Mohicans. I mean,
What is this?
Last of the Mohicans. Dan Lewis. I can't think of his first name. I'm sorry. Daniel Day-Lewis. Say that 5 times fast.
I
He's
heard
in
of
that.
him before.
He's in that. So that's also kind of like you can get away. It's like a movie you can watch with, a significant other,
Yeah.
and not have them go, oh my God, this is horrible. So it's got a little of everything.
All right.
That's how I sometimes can get my wife to watch some of these movies. It's like, okay, got a romance, but I also got a little He-Man stuff going on.
Is this like a 90s movie?
It was, yeah, it
That's
was
my
a 90s.
favorite.
Yep.
Love
So-
90s movie. Everything 90s, that's what I watch all the time.
Yep.
Like I've been watching Seinfeld. I'm on like season 7 right now.
Nice.
That's all I've been watching. Okay, so that's number 4.
3.
That's number 3. Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, I like that one. It's also a book.
All right.
It's also a
Alright.
book.
Nice.
No. I'm trying to think.
Number 2 movie.
Oh,
Life After Dark.
making me think. There's a lot of them. There's, again,
Just
I'm
give me
a
2 more.
horror buff. I like Dracula. I like Bram Stoker's Dracula. The one with Keanu Reeves and I can't think it. I'm bad with names right now. Keanu was in it. Anthony Hopkins was in it.
Oh man,
Winona Ryder was in it. Another 90s movie.
perfect. Okay.
I forgot the other guy who played Dracula. He's a big name actor, too. Oh, man. I feel bad. And then my number 1.
Yep, number 1
Oh,
movie.
man.
Mark After Dark.
Number 1 movie. Jeez, weed. I'm like brain fog. No. I'm still thinking. I don't know. I'll go with a newer movie I saw.
Okay.
I wouldn't call this a number 1. Let's see. Let's see a newer. I watched. I'll give you another horror flick. I like horror flicks. I'm just bent that way. Sorry. I saw the new Nosferatu. I thought that was pretty
Wait,
cool.
wait, what is it? Nostradamus?
Nosferatu, not Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Yeah. So it's like I'll probably screw this up, and you'll have to fact check it. Sorry, I'm not bright enough, but I think Bram Stoker got his thinking for some of his movie from that movie. So there's been a couple movies made about it, but he's supposed to be Dracula.
Oh, so it's another Dracula movie.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
But he's his own character. But
Nice.
a lot of the concepts I think Bram Stoker got was from him, and then the Ivan the Impaler guy.
Okay,
So-
nice. So if you got any horror flick fans out there, definitely check out Mark After Dark's collection of his favorite movies. I know that I love 90s movies, so I'm probably going to check some of these out. Horror can be fun when
Yeah.
you're with a woman. That's how I like to watch my horror movies, when I'm with a girl. I'm more of like an action type of guy. I just have to say, like, all the Steven Seagal movies, I love those. And Jackie Chan. I grew up with my dad watching all the Jackie Chan movies. And, like, after we would watch them, I'd be jumping on the bed and, like, kicking them and punching them. And we would just, you know, have this little fight. Like, I'd act like I was Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
So that was always fun, man. But, yeah. No, I appreciate you stopping by the Purple Milk Podcast. This was episode 1 with the Banner Bandit, Mark After Dark. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, leave a comment, and get ready for our next episode coming very soon. Mark, pleasure having you, man.
Thanks for having me. Pleasure being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, guys, we'll catch you up later.
Purple Milk Podcast, it's the Purple Milk Podcast. Purple Milk Podcast, it's the Purple Milk Podcast.